Welcome back to Knifewear Explores Japan. You know, a question that I've been answering a lot lately to family members, friends, random people on the internet is, what were some of your favorite foods that you ate while you were on your trip? Today, I'm gonna bring you my top 5, plus a few honorable mentions, meals that I ate while I was in Japan. Some of this list is really general, some of it is super specific. Before we start, hot tip, please go to the bottom floor of department stores. You wanna look like a local, / you wanna get some of the great food that basically all the locals buy, go to the cities, go find a department store, and then just go straight to the bottom floor, grab some snacks, walk around the department store with some snacks. Doesn't get better than that, I swear. So number 1, I'm gonna start off with a pretty obvious one, ramen. The one that you're seeing right now is from a place called Usagi Ramen, and it's in Sakai City. It was really, really delicious, a really light broth, some thinner noodles, super, super tasty. It was one of the first meals I actually ate while I was there, and it couldn't have been better. We had some dumplings with it, we had some rice with it, and just absolutely fantastic. This goes for every food that you're gonna eat while you're in Japan, but when you go and travel more than 30 to 45 minutes, even within the same city, when you walk into a restaurant, try and find out what the regional food is or what they're famous for. This is something that Naoto and I did, and it absolutely changed the way we ate. We had some absolutely incredible meals just by saying, hey, what are we famous for here? What do we want to eat? You tell us what you think we should eat as people coming here for the first time. Different communities have different foods, even if it's just a 20-minute drive away, which is bonkers to me as a Canadian. I feel like we don't really have like a regional food other than, you know, Quebec has its own thing, its own foods like, you know, cabane à sucre or something like that. But it's like that. I have to drive like 20 hours being in Alberta just to get to a region that has like different kind of cultural foods. So I think that that's pretty cool. We're not really famous for anything but beef here in Alberta. So this one is a little more specific, and it's this ham. The restaurant that we ate this at is pretty old, and they've actually won awards for their ham. Now, that sounds like a weird thing, but they actually traveled to Germany with their ham. They make their own ham in-house. They got there, and in 2009, they actually won first place for how good their ham was. The restaurant is called Yume Iki. They showed us a great time, and we had some great drinks and some great food here, but this ham was definitely, it stole the show. Of course, it wouldn't be Japan if you didn't go and get some seafood. Any seafood that you can get your hands on, please do it. Now, again, with the regional differences, when you go into a restaurant, ask, hey, what can y'all catch around here? What's the freshest fish that you have? Because freshness correlates with deliciousness, and you know, you can kind of get tuna everywhere, but there are some things that you really want to be in a specific region to get that specific type of seafood. I'm telling you, wow. Mizutaki. We actually had some Mizutaki in Fukuoka, which was a really great experience actually, just as a whole. The food itself was absolutely amazing, but the experience as a whole, there was 3 of us, and it really felt like we got to know each other over the boiling broth in front of us with vegetables and meat and noodles in it. I actually mispronounced this one in my last video. I pronounced it Mizutake. It is not Mizutake, it is Mizutaki. So thank you to Sandy for pointing that out, because I didn't even realize that I misspoke. I think the most important part about Mizutaki for me is the community that it builds. It feels really fun to sit down with a group of people and all cook it together. You know, you have the propane grill or the propane burner in front of you. You got boiling broth, you're adding broth to it, you're adding vegetables to it, you're asking, oh, what do you want to add next? Oh, what do you want to add next? Oh, let's order some more vegetables, let's order some more meat. That's what made it so much fun to me. So light, lots of vegetables, which is something that I was sorely lacking. Highly recommend. You can even make it at home because we have a video teaching how to do it in a donabe. Go check that out if you want to learn about Mizutaki, because I think you should, because it's awesome. For the last item on this list, it's a really random one. But while we were walking around Tsukiji Fish Market, Naoto and I were desperate for a coffee, because at this point in the trip, it's one of our last days, we're exhausted. We just needed something, some sort of coffee, tea, anything. And we look down this corridor and all we can see is this little coffee banner. And we're like, oh my God, yes, finally a coffee. It ended up bringing us to this little tiny place called the Tsukiji Pepper Merchant. This is not something that we expected to eat. This is not something that we had planned to eat, but it was also one of the simplest, best things I've had in my entire life. So much so that I actually ended up buying pepper from them. Now, when I say pepper, I mean fresh peppercorns that were maybe, they're not even pickled, but they're brined in something and they're squishy. The texture of them is like squishy and so peppery and so delicious. This is just those peppercorns on top of chorizo and cheese on a piece of bread, toasted. Oh, so good. And such a great surprise. Couple honorable mentions, of course. First one being this udon that we ate from a restaurant that I can't remember. Stunning, simple, delicious. Couple pieces of tempura on the side. Dip it in the udon, slurp it down. Nice. The drinks, of course, personal favorite of mine were the whiskey highballs in Japan, because a whiskey highball is a little different in Japan than it is here. It wouldn't be Japan if I didn't mention the vending machines. The vending machines are everywhere and they just kind of carry everything. This one is particularly my favorite because it's just a sriracha vending machine. There's nothing else in this vending machine. It's just sriracha, and I think that's hilarious. I also ate this really incredible yakisoba that Naoto had to give me a picture of off of his phone because I forgot to take any footage of this night that we were out eating, and it was just him and I, and this yakisoba was ordered after we had already eaten about 3 meals worth each, and he just decided, you know what, we're eating this yakisoba anyways, and it was one of the best things that we ate the entire trip. So shout out to this yakisoba. Those were my favorite things that I ate in Japan. And if you have been or you're planning to go, let me know what your favorites were or your favorites are. I'd love to know what I should try and make in my own kitchen, try and replicate. So if anyone has any cool recipes that you really like, leave them down below in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.